Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I'm out in the front yard in front of the factory. It's overcast today. It's getting late in the day now. It's like 3 o'clock. I think it's in the mid-20s, kind of cold. No wind though, that's a good thing. And I've spent most of the day out in the factory building. I know it's Saturday and I could have the day off, but today I built just the things that I wanted to build. So let's go inside and get out of the cold. Now today I built tops. Let me think a minute. I built 15 droop tops, yeah, and then I built 10 turbo tops, as well as a few of the crazy top that I'm working with, because I wanted one for my next Bongo Pro offering, which I'll get to here in a minute. Stove's going good. Turned the blower off. It's nice and warm here. Really a pleasant place to be on a cold, overcast day. Now let's look at the Bongo Pro that I'm going to put in the store here in probably within the next hour. This Bongo Pro project has been a bit of a challenge to keep it different every time. I've challenged myself to make each one of these Bongo Pro kits a little different, with something different in each one. Now this one I really struggled trying to think what I could come up with, but in the end, just looking around here and thinking, I thought of it. With this one, I'll take the camera off the tripod and show you basically what's going to be in this kit. That'll be kind of fun. Okay, in this kit, you've got your standard Bongo Pro number 4. I've got a heat cap here that fits a heat bottle, 2-ounce remote, that crazy hot top, a turbo top, plus the top that's on the stove is a droop top. Now I've got a 2-ounce bottle to go with the 2-ounce remote, a 1-ounce bottle to go with the 2-ounce remote, which also fits it, and a bottle here with six legs in it. Then I've got a fairly good sized chunk of carbon felt here, and in the middle of it there's 3 M2 donut wicks to replace this and this and this as replacements, as well as a carbon felt windscreen. Well, that's pretty good, but the last thing I decided to go with was this. Kind of a creative thing, I thought. Wowed myself. This is a set of 3 Moodoo legs to capture large pots. This is a 12 centimeter pot, but I think actually could even go with a little bit bigger pot. So if you've got a MSI Titan kettle or a 12 centimeter pot you want to use with this stove, there you go. And surprisingly, it's not too bad. It's pretty darn stable without the Moodoo outrigger legs. I think it's adequately stable to work with that pot. So that's where I am on that. Now, I'll put the camera back. Really strong point for me of my stove design is with the piece of silicone, it makes the stoves very modular. Look at all the different tops. There's 2 tops there, there's 1 top on it. You can put like 5 different tops on it, all on the same stove. And since a top is what designates one stove from another, you've actually, if you've got one base with a silicone body, you basically can make that into 5 different stoves. Then you can go with different kinds of legs on this stove and different remotes, and it just goes from there. There's all kinds of different things you can mix and match. And it's all due to the fact that it has a silicone body that ties it all together. And it makes it much more easy for me to machine parts out that are going on a silicone body, because I don't have that blind backside to try to mill. I can reach both sides of the part and then slide them onto the stove. And it's also been proven by a video I just watched by a friend that this silicone body makes the stove itself, especially the part where the alcohol is stored, run about 30 degrees cooler than a one-piece stove would that doesn't have the silicone heat dam in it. And since you boil water with the flame on the top of the stove, that's where all the heat and all the boiling power comes from, there's no need to have the body of the stove get hot. In fact, the cooler the body of the stove runs, the better, because you don't want to boil your alcohol. Once you get up to the boiling point of alcohol, the efficiency goes down, and from what I've seen on some videos, if it's boiling, you could use over an ounce of alcohol just to boil 2 cups of water, and that's unacceptable. These are between 1/2 and 3/4 of an ounce, which is really good. So the silicone, besides being modular and keeping the body cool, is easily replaceable and very cheap. I think I'd sell one of these for $3. And to be perfectly honest, I've only ever seen one person ruin one, and what they did was they overfilled the stove in daylight. This is a good story. And when they overfilled it in daylight, I mean they really overfilled it, put a big puddle on the ground, but in daylight you can't see an alcohol flame. They were running it on an SS remote, and they walked away once they started it up, and when they walked away, the fuel line burned off, and when it burned off, that SS remote emptied itself, 8 ounces right out on the bottom of the stove, and just completely incinerated the stove. But the only thing it did was it burned up it took 12 minutes, he said, and it didn't completely ruin the silicone body, but it wasn't that great. There wasn't a lot left of it. So, you know, that's one reason why I don't recommend these non-safety based stoves and SS remotes for beginners, especially in daylight, because you can get in trouble with them. You can do that with any alcohol stove running a remote. So, I think that's everything I want to say for today. It's Saturday, so we couldn't go to the post office. We did take a trip to the dump, and I found a couple of junk bicycles. Actually, they were pretty darn good bicycles. I would guess that probably somebody got a new bike for Christmas and they jettisoned the old one. So, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have a really great day and try to take some time out to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.